Dear students, in this video we are going to discuss about information system vulnerability and computer crimes. Okay, so let us discuss about what is IS vulnerability. Information system is scattered throughout and also outside the organization because of the advent of recent technological advances. The data and the corporate information are traveling inside and outside organizations freely. Information systems concentrate data in computer files that potentially can be accessed more easily by large number of people inside and outside organizations. Information systems components like hardware, software, procedures, databases, etc. may therefore be vulnerable to security risk in many places at any time. The vulnerability of information system is increasing as we move to a world of networked computing and automated distributed environment. Therefore, when large amounts of data are stored in electronic form, they are vulnerable to many more kinds of threats than when they exist in manual form. Because of this, there is a serious loss of business function. The longer computer systems are out of function, the more serious the consequences for the organizations. The estimated losses caused by the different threats runs to several crores of rupees. The IS vulnerability is defined as a flaw or a weakness in system security procedures, design, implementation, or internal controls that could be exercised accidentally, triggered, or intentionally exploited and result in a security breach or a violation of the system's security policy. Notice that the vulnerability can be a flaw or weakness in any aspect of the system. Vulnerabilities are not merely flaws in the technical protections provided by the system. Significant vulnerabilities are often contained in the standard operating procedures that system administrators perform. The process that help disk users to reset passwords or inadequate log review. Another area where vulnerabilities may be identified is at the policy level. For instance, a lack of a clearly defined security testing policy may be directly responsible for the lack of vulnerability scanning. So we see some of the causes of IS vulnerability. One is complexity. Large complex systems increase the probability of flaws and unintended access points. Familiarity, that means using common well-known code, software, operating system and or hardware increases the probability an attacker has to or can find the knowledge and tools to exploit the flaw. Connectivity, more physical connections, privileges, ports, protocols and services and time, each of those are accessible, increase vulnerability. Password management flaws. The computer user uses weak passwords that could be discovered by brute force. Then fundamental operating system design flaws. The operating system designer chooses to enforce suboptimal policies on user program management. Then internet website browsing. Some internet websites may contain harmful spyware that can be installed automatically on the computer system. After visiting those websites, computer system become infected and personal information will be collected and passed on to the third party individuals. Software bugs. The programmer leaves an exploitable bug in a software program. The software bug may allow an attacker to misuse an application. An unchecked user input. The program assumes that all user input is safe. Programs that do not check user input can allow unintended direct execution of commands or SQL statements known as buffer overflows, SQL injection, or other non-validated inputs. Now let us discuss what is the meaning of computer crimes and what are the various manners and modes of committing computer crimes. The computer crime issues have become high profile, particularly those surrounding hacking, copyright infringement through various child pornography and child grooming. There are also problems of privacy when confidential information is lost or intercepted lawfully or otherwise. Computer crime encompasses a broad range of potentially illegal activities. Generally, however, it may be divided into one of the two types of categories: crimes that target computer networks or device directly. Second, crimes facilitated by computer networks or devices. The primary target of which is independent of computer network or device. Now let us discuss some of the manners or modes of committing computer crimes. Crime that primarily target computer networks or devices or malware, denial of service attacks, and computer viruses. And crimes that merely use computer networks or cyber stacking, fraud and identity theft, phishing scams, and information warfare. Here we will discuss about what are the mode and manner of committing cybercrime in detail. One is hacking. This kind of offenses normally referred to as hacking, that means unauthorized access to a computer system or network is called as a hacking. Then theft of information contained in electronic form. This includes information stored in computer hard disk, removable storage, media, etc. The theft may be either by appropriating the data physically or tampering them through the virtual medium. Email bombing. This kind of activity refers to sending a large number of email to the victim, which may be an individual or a company or even mail servers, thereby ultimately resulting into crashing. Data diddling. This kind of an attack involves altering raw data just before the computer processes it and then changing it back after the processing is completed. Salami attacks. This kind of crime is normally prevalent in the financial institutions or for the purpose of committing financial crimes. An important feature of this type of offense is that the alteration is so small that it would be normally go unnoticed. Then denial of service attack. The computer of the victim is flooded with more requests than it can handle, which cause it to crash. Distributed denial of service attack is also a type of denial of service attack in which the offenders are wide in number and widespread. Then virus and worms attack. Viruses are programs that attach themselves to a computer or a file and then circulate themselves to other files and to other computers on a network. They usually affect the data on a computer either by altering or deleting it. Worms, unlike virus, do not need the host to attach themselves to. They merely make functional copies of themselves and do this repeatedly till they eat up all the available space on a computer's memory. Then logic bombs. These are all the event dependent programs. This implies that these programs are created to do something only when a certain event occurs. Then Trojan attack. This term has its origin in the word Trojan horse. In a software field, this means an unauthorized program which passively gains control over another's system by representing itself as an authorized program. Then internet time theft. Normally in these kinds of thefts, the internet surfing hours of the victim are used up by the another person. This is done by gaining access to the login ID and password. The webjacking. This term is derived from the term hijacking. In these kinds of offenses, the hacker gains access and control over the website of another. He may even mutilate or change the information on the site. This may be done for fulfilling political objectives or for money. Then email related crimes. They are email spoofing. Email spoofing refers to email that appears to have been originated from one source when it was actually sent from another source. Email spamming refers to sending email to thousands and thousands of users, similar to a chain letter. And sending threatening emails, defamatory emails are also comes under email crimes. And pornography. The literal meaning of the term pornography is describing or showing sexual acts in order to cause sexual excitement through books, films, etc. And forgery. The counterfeit currency notes, postage and revenue stamps, mark sheets, etc. can be forged using sophisticated computers, printers and scanners. Also, impersonate another person is considered forgery. IPR violations. This includes software piracy, copyright infringement, trademarks violations, theft of computer source code, patent violations, etc. Cyber terrorism. Targeted attacks on military installations, power plants, air traffic control, banks, trail traffic control, telecommunication networks are the most likely targets. Others like police, medical, fire and rescue systems, etc. Cyber terrorism is an attractive option for modern terrorists for several reasons. Then banking, credit card and related crimes. Okay, in the corporate world, internet hackers are continually looking for opportunities to compromise a company's security in order to gain access to financial banking and financial information. Then e-commerce and investment frauds, sales and investment frauds, an offering that uses false or fraudulent claim to solicit investments or loans, that provides for the purchase, use or trade of forged or counterfeit securities. Online gambling. There are millions of websites hosted on several abroad that offer online gambling. In fact, it is believed that many of these websites are actually fronts for money laundering. Defamation. These are millions of websites hosted on several abroad that offers on defamation can be understood as the intentional infringement on another person's right to his good name. Cyber stacking. Cyber stacking involves following a person's movements across the internet by posting messages on the bulletin boards frequented by the victim, entering the chat room frequented by the victim, constantly bombarding the victim with emails, etc. Theft of computer system. This type of offense involves the theft of computer, some parts of a computer or peripheral attached to the computer.